Well, the woman picked by President Biden to head the Federal Communications Commission has some interesting things to say about DirecTV's decision to deplatform Newsmax.
Kilmeny Ducart joins us live from Capitol Hill with the latest. Kilmeny.
Bob and Katrina, good to be with you. 15 months after her initial nomination, Gigi Sohn faced tough questions from GOP lawmakers on Capitol Hill on Tuesday, including the chairman of the Senate Commerce Committee, Ted Cruz, over what he called her campaign to silence conservatives.
There's another issue that is right in the FCC's wheelhouse, which Senator Cruz, you just put out a statement about a little while ago, and that's the deplatforming of Newsmax and OAN. I think it's something the FCC should investigate.
Yeah, I asked Senator Cruz his reaction to her statement and whether that was enough to allay his concerns. Take a listen.
Well, listen, I was glad she said that. It was about the only thing she said in the confirmation hearing that I liked and agreed with. I think her record is extreme. I think her record has been as a left-wing advocate. She has advocated using government power to stifle conservative voices.
Yeah, Democrats have approached her nomination with a sense of urgency for a number of reasons, one of them citing the need to address the FCC's broadband maps, but it's unlikely that any of that would be enough to allay Republican concerns at this point, with a party line deadlock still in place.
All right, Kilmeny, thanks so much for joining us.
I wanted to ask her.
Sorry,
remind people why folks had a concern, Republicans had a concern with her. As I understand it, she considered Fox News a threat to democracy. That's the kind of talk that she had out there, either on social media or elsewhere, right?
There's any number of issues and even a conflict of interest in one potential case, Bob, that she had vowed to recuse herself. But given the fact that she was nominated 15 months ago, this was her third confirmation hearing. There's almost certainly Democratic lawmakers believe that there's an attempt perhaps to just keep that FCC seat open or vacant for a particular reason to prevent oversight on some of these companies. I thought it was interesting, her remarks about Newsmax and DirecTV, because you would think that that would have been maybe a carrot for some Republican lawmakers to vote for her. I spoke with Republican Texas Senator Ted Cruz about this. I said, is it enough to get you across the board? He said, I still have very serious concerns about her nomination. A lot of those lawmakers pointing out her social media. We heard that from Ohio Senator J.D. Vance taking issue with some things that she's posted. So there's a big red flag for Republicans when it comes to what they believe to be her impartiality. It's just not going to be enough at this point to break the deadlock.
All right, Kilmeny Ducart, thank you. And joining us now with reaction to this is actor, director, producer, and author Kevin Sorbo. Kevin, great to have you with us as always. What do you make of Gigi Sohn's comments? Do you think she was trying to kind of backpedal after making comments about Fox, or do you think she believes what she said?
What I find interesting is that everything the left blames the right on, they're already guilty for. I mean, they do such a great job of just reflecting everything. And the hypocrisy that's going on in this country now is just unbelievable. It's so blatant and obvious. And I'm still amazed that people don't wake up and just see it.
Indiana Congresswoman Victoria Spartz, by the way, raising concerns about Newsmax being deplatformed. Spartz releasing this statement yesterday. The issue of deplatforming Newsmax and removing other non-conforming accounts by large communications oligopolies is not just an issue of censorship spreading like plague in our country, but also an issue of government-created, protected, and subsidized monopolies turning us into an oligarchy. If we continue on this path, we will start resembling a totalitarian country very soon. The House Judiciary Committee, responsible for protecting our constitutional rights, has a duty to start dealing with this issue urgently. A lot there to break down, Kevin.
Yes.
But your thoughts here.
Well, my thoughts are that I'm tired of the censorship. I'm tired of freedom of speech being just a one-way street. It's the same thing in Hollywood and where I have to work. I mean, I pretty much got blacklisted over a dozen years ago, and thank God I'm still making movies through the independent world. But it's amazing that we get these people scream for tolerance, they scream for freedom of speech. But as you know, and I know, and anybody else with common sense realize it's just a one-way street. And we got a battle on our hands, and people need to speak up. I'm not here to wake up the sheep. The sheep are gone. They're lost. I think there's ignorance and uneducated towards what's really going on in the world right now. I'm here to wake up the lions. It's time for people to wake up and not be afraid to speak out. And we're reaching a serious tipping point in this country right now. And the way it's going downhill, it's incredible. Even when you look at the border, it's on purpose what they're doing, just bringing everybody across. I think what did they have, over 5 million the first 2 years so far? I mean, it's unbelievable what we're doing to slowly destroy this country. But we've been on a fast track for the last 10 years.